Welcome back. It is episode 174 of A Road to 2200. We're at 2056. Let's see who we're playing today. We got Victor here, 2019. We have the white pieces. Let's go e4. And we have a French defense, so we're going to play d4 and probably the tirage. But rather they go here, I still just played the tirage. Like, it doesn't really matter if they go here or whatever they do. We're still going to play our normal stuff, and this is just a transposition. I think we saw this exact position in the last video. I'm just going to take. If they take back, we'll take. And we should be fine. But instead they jump their knight in, just allowing me to play c4. Are they going to play knight here? Is that the idea? But then there's a check. So, yeah, let's go c4. That looks very nice. Can't go this way because the bishop controls that. Here, we just go check, which is protected, I suppose. All right, let's block with the bishop. And they just trade. I mean, queen takes is the most intuitive to me. I don't think it makes sense to go back with the knight. So let's take with the queen. Knight is still hanging. Yeah, they attack it. Central pawn is hanging. But I can just develop and protect that. We're ready to castle. We have all our pieces developed. And I mean, this is looking very good, to be honest. Like, already knight here is definitely a move. It's just a matter of figuring out what's going to happen on this. Here. Wondering if I can just jump in with the knight. Rook slides over. Also start pushing the pawn. We have to have some kind of advantage here. Like, without a doubt. Maybe, actually, wait. What if I go knight here, and we play h4? If takes, we open up the rook. I really like that, actually. We're going to bring our pieces into the game, and then maybe we have ideas of sliding back. Yeah, we're gonna go for it. We're playing h4. I'm sacrificing the knight because, like, why wouldn't I? This is under attack here. I can slide the bishop back though and protect it once again with ideas of queen to d3. They put, whoa. Okay, so they're getting rid of this, so they probably just want to take. I'm assuming it's their idea. I wonder if I can castle. I mean, this pawn is protected, but this one's hanging. I could maybe play something like this. Yeah, I mean, long castles. Knight takes. Maybe we play b3. I'm gonna leave my knight to hang. I don't really care if they take it, to be honest, because I want to open up the file. Even with the bishop closed, I still think it's just good. Yeah, they don't want to take. They're scared. They're scared. Scaredy cats. Big scaredy cats. Here. Takes. Knight takes. Could also go here. And where does the knight go? Knight goes to the center. We don't want that. We can't really leave the knight here forever, though. It's probably, like, them taking is probably already winning for them. Maybe we want to drop back and try to put pressure on this. I don't know. It's hard to say, really. But I think we should probably reroute the knight now. Maybe going to this weak square with h5 ideas. If they ever go here, we just take it. Okay, they want to bring a rook. But I can play knight here. If they bring the rook, I can long castle. So I'm perfectly fine with that. Yeah, let's long castle. We protect the pawn. Gotta be very, very careful here. Knight back. This might be the point where we need to push. Check king or bishop here. I also have ideas of going here. Doesn't really do anything though, I don't think. Our position's absolutely better. D5. We gotta push. Check, we can just slide back with the bishop, no problem. Yeah, the knight comes in. I was thinking that was what they're gonna do, but what about just going here? If you take, I just take back and we have an open file. Takes with the, you can't take with the queen. That's protected. Okay, my queen is attacked, but we're opening up the G file, which I'm very, very happy about. And if you move the knight, you lose the rook. So it appears as if we're winning a piece. Yeah. Also, this is going to be a fork, so let's capture and then we go check. Oh, I guess that works too. Yeah, okay. So here's an option. Actually, this is a really good option, I think. Threatening some checks. Also, you probably just trade. Also, check to force a queen trade is a move. Actually, that would be a blunder because takes opens up an attack here. But we're up a piece. So let's try not to fumble this. Okay, rook moves. They don't want no trade, so I probably just go here. Trying to get another trade. If they capture, I mean, we're just going to be happy. And they have to be insanely careful because check. Also, there's just a fork, like all kinds of stuff. All kinds of threatsy wetskis. And if you play queen here, we just go here. Yeah, so you take. I'm going to capture back, of course. And then put their bishop on a great square. I can go here to start. The rook maybe can infiltrate. How much do I love that? I could also capture. Bishop takes. Here. I mean, I would just take. Giving these pawns, maybe. Yeah, let's put our knight here. Maybe we'll capture and I don't know. If they take, whatever. We're up a piece. That is what I'm arguing. Although it's very possible to lose this. Like, yeah, okay, they do go for this counterplay. I could be active like this as well, just protecting the pawn. Makes sense to me in my head. But if I go here, rook here, I'm going to just take the pawn. Let's just capture. Like, if you want these pawns, go ahead. Go ahead, buddy. Take them. Just go back. We're attacking this pawn now. You're here. Wait, if I can deflect this, there's a fork here. Can I go here? Here. Takes. King up. Let's go bishop here. You can't do this because you lose the rook. Yeah, but fork. And we have bishop b1 if check. We don't lose this rook. Let's go ahead and capture. Let's see. Let's just capture the pawn. Check. Bishop b1. Still not so simple, but should be fine. Maybe we just bring the other rook over here. You can take if you want. Oh, we have a minute? We have a minute 49. Oh my gosh, I gotta play quicker. Let's take this. Check king up. I just want this. So if you take the pawn, I just go bishop c4 trade, and we're fine. Yeah, they take. Now we're going to trade the bishop. You can take the pawn. We just need to make sure we're not losing everything, which is very possible to happen. Now let's start pushing. Push the P. You can go behind. Then I go here. This is pretty scary. Push, I take. Let's actually go with check. They have 2 passed pawns. Oh my gosh. How did I allow this? Let's take. We'll give this pawn up. Check. Check. King in. Let's attack the pawn. This might be a draw. Okay, we get the king over here. We have this. You can't go here because of checkmate. So they actually made a huge mistake. You have to promote or go here. It's Zux 1, or however you pronounce it. You walk into mate or you give up your pawn. And we win. This is pre-movable because this would be a check unless they promoted to a knight, which would be absurd. Imagine somebody pre-moves this and you promote to a knight. Yeah, now we just need to checkmate with the rook, which is easy peasy. We're going to do our slow way, and they just resign instead. So let's take a look at the game. 83 for me. What did they play with? They played with an 81. Very close game. We did end up blundering the advantage at the end, but we got a very nice position here. Takes, they jump into the center. This is not the way, but it's definitely not a bad move. We should just develop our knight, apparently. Whatever. Bishop check, we just do this, develop. We got the brilliant h4. Point is takes. And I mean, like, this is scary. You kind of have to play f5 here. Otherwise, we're going to do this, and then en passant, and rook takes. So that if checked, there's just moving the king or something. And we'll probably just come back, and we're just winning. But rather we have this position where I just leave my knight to hang for like 3 moves. And like I said, it's probably losing. And then we finally are like, okay, we can't just give up the knight the entire game. They're kind of getting what they need. And then d5 is timed incorrect, but they blundered because we can take the pawn. They should have rather played queen a1 check, and I was just going to go here and then play knight f6. Fair enough. But we have this position. They can't move the knight because then we win the rook. So we do this, and then we get our queen trade, put the knight in there. They have a little bit of counterplay. We're finding all the best moves here, but slowly but surely, we do what we always do here, and we find the way to let my opponent get back into the game. This is still completely winning. It's just a rook versus 2 pawns, basically. But trading is wrong, because they can just take, and after takes, I mean, they probably just push. Like, my king's not in time. Your king's gonna be able to stop my rook. Like here, I probably have to go here, and the king's just in time to stop the pawn. Like, so you have to move, and then they promote, and this is just a draw. But instead, my opponents decided not to do that and tried to keep that on, but they were 1 tempo too late because my king is actually in time. And in this position, they only have 2 legal moves, which is to promote or king h2, and this is checkmate. So my opponent missed their chance. Let's play another one. Art 2038. We have a Caro-Kann on the board. They're thinking about what to play against the Caro-Kann, and they play the exchange. Ooh, pan off. Okay, let's develop our knight. Develop our other knight. If they develop here, we would go a6. And this is just all my theory here. There are some tricky lines in this. They capture, so we're going to take, and the bishop's going to come out, and we actually go bishop to e6. And a huge mistake here would be to castle, because knight takes, and we're winning the bishop. So that's the first trick of this opening. And there's no queen b3 anymore, and rather they go there. I don't think I've ever seen that move in my life, but it appears as if I can just take. Whoa, what is this? Takes. I mean, it's an interesting idea, that's for sure. But aren't we winning the central pawn? Takes. Knight takes. I can also just take here. No. Takes. They're going to take my knight. Or my bishop. I take their queen. They take my queen. But then I go rook here. King takes. And we win the pawn. And the bishop. Yeah, that's just a blunder because I can go here. You can't take with the bishop. You have to take like that. And then we go here. You're going to take my queen. I take with the rook. And after you take my knight, there's a fork here. And I think they're going to realize this a little bit too late. My knight is trapped though. So if they play something like this, I mean, I just probably sacrifice the knight, maybe. Yeah, they're realizing what they did. Yeah, bishop there. So I think we just... No, I probably take this and then here and then capture. Because if I take here, they get their bishop active along this diagonal. So yeah, it takes and then just captures. And we're just going to be up 2 pawns. Look at this. Up 2 pawns. Very, very nice. And I'm just going to go e5. Oh, or do I want to play e6? e5 is a little bit more ambitious, I think. Protecting the knight at the same time also just... Well, actually, I could start with f5 even. Just attacking the bishop. That could be good. Check, we would just play g6. Yeah, let's attack the bishop. Let's tell the bishop to go. Get out of here. Bishop back. And then let's just go e5. There's no check because I'll just play b5. Okay, they attack me there. I mean, I'm not really concerned. Honestly, I'm just going to offer them a bishop trade. If they take, I'll take back with the bishop or with the king. And this position is just very nice. Yeah, they attack here. Just king f6 probably. Activating the king. In the endgame, king activity is very strong. Rook is incoming. Probably just rook c8. If they trade, we're happy once again. And if you have to put the rook on these squares, it's just not good. Like, you can't go here because that just forces a trade. And if you go here, it's just super passive, but not massive. So, yeah, so they decide to trade. So let's go ahead and capture back. We do have to figure out how we're going to win this. Rook comes forward. I don't really know what they're trying to do here. But let's just make an improving move. This is our weakness. This is our weakness. Yeah, but that's just a free rook. I had a feeling like they might play something like that, but yeah, it's not good. Now, let's just put the rook on this file, trying to go in. They're going to play insanely quick, of course. I'm just going to push my pawn. Trying to infiltrate. We have 6 minutes. We can figure this one out. Like, surely. Surely we can figure this one out. Let's bring our king forward. We just need to march the pawns at this point. Maybe just something like this. Slowly but surely we'll make improvements. Maybe, yeah, I think g5, f4 is going to be the plan. At this point, I could even go here, and if takes, like, just completely winning. Check, and I mean, this is probably the most intuitive. They take, I go check. I don't really want to even give them that pawn, though, to be honest. So let's just go h6. They can never touch the pawn. Just give them nothing. Now I'll push. Trying to go check. You have to see it. I'm threatening to win the bishop now. Okay, but I mean, this has got to be winning, right? Takes here, here. No. Okay. Let's just go rook d4. We're going to win one of these pawns. Unless you push. Takes. It's fine. Like, I can actually probably just take here. Because if you take, I can take back, and we just got 3 passed pawns. My opponent just resigns. GG. Let's take a look at this. We play with a 95.7. I mean, my opponent just made a huge mistake in the opening. They played with an 86, but that's just because it was so simple after they made their huge blunder. In this position, castling is one of the most common mistakes, but it loses to knight takes because you're attacking the queen and the bishop see each other and you cannot protect. What is the move after this? I think it's 92. Yeah. You can't take due to the pin. So, what you need to play here is bishop back. Everything else is pretty losing. You can move the knight as well. Well, not pretty losing. That's fine. But this is a mistake because takes, and then they're not supposed to take back. They should... Oh, I didn't think this was possible. Oh my gosh. It's because if you take, they're going to go here, here. Bishop e6. King runs. Bishop f4. King runs. And then rook. So they can sacrifice the queen to have this much activity, and my king is unsafe. Oh, that is actually nasty. And the best move here is to play king a7, allowing them to fork you, which is actually losing to check. Oh, yeah, of course. Because then you can just, well, no. Wait, bishop back. And then you hear they can't castle. They take, it's checkmate. There's mate on the board. Knight takes d4. You can't stop checkmate. Oh, that is disgusting. Oh, that's a disgusting line that I just found. Wow. Okay, well, we have this, and then, yeah, we take here. I was looking at this move as well, but I thought that after takes, they just have an active bishop. They're protecting their central pawn. It doesn't make sense to do that. And they can still castle, so that's why I found knight takes f2, and then we just capture. And I thought this was a nice intermezzo move, just to take control of the whole center here, and then they trade, and it's just not great. They hung the rook, and then we just slowly but surely improve the position, and they resign. So that was a good game. To my opponent, we're at 2070, slowly going back up to 2100 after our tilts, but honestly, I'm just happy to be in the 2000s. Like, just consistently being in the 2000s makes my heart warm. So, if you enjoyed the video, drop a like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.